If I see some Kool-Aid though, I'm like, guys, y'all can't be that guy.
Do you remember Jim Jones?
Ready to get started?
Had to feel your state.
It's a state of mind.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
It's a state I mind. You gotta leave that in there.
What? Are you doing this late? Yeah. What's going on, guys?
What's good, fam?
Got off a long work week and what?
Sorry, I forgot.
They're distracted.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say I just got off a long work week and it's done, but I still got work like in the future, so it's not done. But you know.
Oh, the work week is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still got work.
There we go. You still need to work in the future.
But the long night is over.
Got you. I got you.
There's just another night tomorrow.
Well, I got off. But what's going on, guys? My name's Cliff, and this is Higher Education's podcast. We're going to talk about some stuff I saw on the timeline and on the real life line. Today I'm joined by almost said Brian, Lloyd and Brian.
Racist. Why don't we get our own
Might be.
introduction?
I'm sorry, my bad. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
That's racist.
It was. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
My name's X.
My name's Lloyd. I'm not racist.
All right, I believe it.
My name is Brian, and I don't think I can say that same last statement.
I was waiting for you to be like, my name's Brian, and I am racist. So the same thing. It works out.
I mean, we all just a little.
Yeah. Yo, did you guys see anything this week that jumped out to you? Anything you want to talk about before we just move on into what we got to talk about?
Today I was walking to Rite Aid to pick up some shit, and this person, assuming they have a vagina.
Okay, yeah.
They stopped me, and they were like, "Holy fuck! Like, I like your hair." Then, like, you take your hat off and everything. Was like asking me what color it was, and then the fun part was then they were like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not hitting on you. I'm gay too." And I was like, "Yes, yes, somebody knows."
It's really funny you said don't worry about it too, because I was like, I hope so.
But I think it was a she or a person that had a vagina, because they were like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm gay too." So like,
I was about to say, if it was a he, then gay would have been right up your alley.
So you
are hitting on me.
So you are hitting on me. Are you asking me for my number now?
Also, I feel like at that point, that's not assuming. That's putting the other pieces of a puzzle that's like I have.
Yeah, it's
making
like,
an assumption.
Well, no, that's not the thing. Though.
That's the same word.
Context clues.
Well, yeah,
She's using context clues. That's all.
There's a difference between an assumption and an educated guess.
Yeah, that's true.
An educated guess
That's very true.
based off of like
facts. Like, what'd you say?
Free donuts.
What?
It didn't happen my way.
Wait, what happened?
Me and my best friend dyed our hair green because I was really drunk.
That's a good reason.
Oh, it wasn't because we were
like
gay or
women.
anything. Oh, well. Damn. We got that part already.
that's a shape.
And
I want to hear about it. Keep going, Lloyd.
We went to go get Dunkin' Donuts, and this old lady saw us together.
Like,
and she's
shame
like,
me
"Oh,
for
they're
being
deaf
straight."
gay." And she's like, "Hey, my son's gay.
Can I
if
have a
you're interested."
parade?
I was like, "If I'm gay, I'm not interested in your son. I'm interested
Because
in my
clearly,
Yo.
I'm your boyfriend right here. Like, you just said they're deaf gay together. Like, come on now.
Why are you trying to give me his number?
Like I'm obviously here with somebody. You trying
I
to
got
fuck this
you.
up
Like,
for me?
I'm
Thanks
glad.
for the donuts.
I'm glad your son's
Like,
out of the closet and all. But
Thanks
like,
for looking out.
Like,
So I have a relevant story to that. It's not my story to share. So to protect the innocence, I won't say the name, but it's someone we work with who was our assistant manager.
you know, everybody know where you work at, right?
So they may not. It don't matter.
What?
But
Go on.
so this person was serving a customer, and the customer was talking to him, and it's a regular. And the customer was like, "Oh, my daughter's in here, and she's always telling me how nice you guys all to her." And mom's calling me. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm actually podcasting right now. Yes, I'm actually podcasting right now. I'm recording.
Yo, can you put this over there for me, please?
Could you wait a little bit? Yeah, I bet.
Oh, this is not wet.
I bet. You.
It's not wet. It's better.
See, guys, I love my mom. You could, I won't leave that in because it feels like that's like the intro to an album. It's like, yeah, all right, I love you too. Nah, Chance, I know you need it now, so I just, and it's the intro. What's it called? Not intramural, but what's the middle of the album called? Interlude. That's good. That's love. Interlude. That's love. That's what it's called. Damn, I'm supposed to be a Chance fan. Anyway, so this customer's talking to.
You just went through like 60 different points, and I was just waiting for him to finish. I'm like, we go podcast. I love it.
It's all in there.
I love it. No, your mom's great though.
But yeah, so fucking thank you. She appreciates that too. So basically, the customer was like, yeah, like you serve my daughter, and you guys have such a great repertoire, and she always says how you guys just vibe. So, I want to know if you're single.
It's like, what you point?
I want to know if you're single. And
what?
Yeah, so the person was like, I mean, I'm seeing someone, and the lady was like, oh, okay, I'll tell my daughter you're available. And I was like, that's not
what that means.
That doesn't
adds up. No, I mean not always, but like no.
Yeah, no, not in the sentence that I said,
no,
right?
I just said I was seeing somebody, but no.
And then you said I'm available. That's not what I said.
Listen, I know you don't take no for an answer, but please.
I was like,
give me her number.
I'm available. I'm sure your daughter is a nice person. I'm available. I'm a person.
She
I'm not an animal.
All right, so
trying to save face. It's like she definitely means the white dudes that she was talking to.
I can actually say that.
We're calling all white dudes signal. Calling all white dudes.
I also didn't say that this employee was white. I didn't say that.
He already said his name.
What?
And nigga, you think I don't know who your assistant manager is?
That's not for you. It's for the video.
But I fucking know who it is, though.
Yeah, but
so I can make the connection in my head without saying anything.
What did he say the name?
Son, like,
roll it back.
You want to listen to it?
I'll listen to it in post. All right, let's move into the stuff I saw on the timeline. I want to start off with saying prayers up to Kevin Hart. He was in a car accident recently, and a lot of celebrities been throwing their, get better soon tweets at him, which I think is really cool. If not for, I never really think those tweets mean anything, but I always think it's cool from the fans seeing the support that actor has. So I thought that was like Bryan Cranston was saying what's up.
I think
The Rock was saying what's up. I think
it could have some meaning to it.
I really think it does. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I mean, I think it could have some meaning to it. Just knowing that fans or not fans, you have people out there that care about you enough to be like, yo, like I wish you well.
Yeah.
I hope you get better and shit like that. I think I meant to say celebrity or not celebrity. I think it's nice to hear. Yeah. I think it's nice to hear like somebody caring about you.
I understand that too, because I feel like
especially
when you get millions of tweets from fans and they're like, get better soon, you're like, all right, I'm not even seeing that. But then when like someone you worked on a movie with says it,
like
that's a whole different thing. Like that's friends. It's not 100%. Like it's like Bill Nye the Science Guy's like, get better soon, Kev. We're both on Netflix. It's like, no, like Bryan Cranston was just in a movie with Kevin Hart, and The Rock is in every movie with Kevin Hart.
Right. And them niggas like they gotta be best friends at this point or some shit.
Yeah,
they're like really close. But yeah, like you said, it's a difference between like friendship and fans.
Yeah.
Like,
so I changed my statement on that.
While they both like mean well, it's like like these are my friends, and it's not that he cares more. It's just like you said, yeah, it's more personal.
Yeah.
The thing I took away from this story was that motherfucker had a doctor come to his house. Kevin Hart, before he went to the hospital, had a doctor come to his house like it's 1852 and was like, "No, I'm not going to a hospital. It's not that serious. Doctor, come to me." And the doctor came to him and he was like, "Bruh, your back is fucked up." And then they were like, shit. So then they took him to the hospital, and then they had like had a whole back surgery on him.
Because it says he was taken right to the hospital. Both Hart and the driver suffered major back injuries and were transported to nearby hospitals. So
yeah, at first he went back to his house and he had a doctor come to him. At least that's what I heard.
I've read so many conflicting things. So the first thing I read was that when the car flipped over. So basically, what happened was on Labor Day weekend, Kevin Hart got into a car accident. Basically, he was driving a 1970
Barracuda.
Plymouth Barracuda,
Mhm.
which he
Shit
bought
was
himself.
beautiful.
That's sexy
Took a
ass
picture with it
Barracuda.
right
He
before.
bought it for his 40th birthday.
And then, so it's what I first read was that when the car flipped, like you see, I showed you guys the pictures. The top is off.
Yeah.
So I heard that he crawled out, and 2 other people in the car had to be helped out. The
Yeah.
article I just read said that everyone was pulled out.
Yeah, they had to chop the top off, so it wasn't as bad as it looked. The top was just kind of crushed,
Yeah.
and then because it was crushed, it didn't allow for the doors to open up.
So they had to cut
So they
it
had
off
to
with
like
the
cut
jaws
it
of
open.
life.
Yeah, and then they just crawled out the top basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was.
And then his wife on Monday said that Kevin Hart's good. Following the back surgery, he's up and up. Whatever the fuck that means.
Nice,
That can
nice.
mean he's up and up in bed. But as
The
long as
worst
he's
part
good.
Well,
is
he's
Kevin
up.
Hart didn't
He's
even
up.
crash the car.
No, yeah, he
It
wasn't
was-
driving, and the driver wasn't under an influence of drugs or alcohol or
Yeah.
anything.
And the dude who was driving's fucking wife was in the back seat, right? Or his
Yeah.
girlfriend or whatever. His significant other was in the back seat.
Yeah.
So like, imagine they died. Like that would have been fucking
That would've
horrible.
been
Like I'm
scary
really
shit.
glad. I'm really glad that I heard a celebrity got into a car accident and nobody died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like after
I've seen
hearing
some
shit about
crazy
like
shit.
Ryan Dunn and like Paul Walker and
Yeah.
bullshit like that, it's just like it's grateful to hear where they walk away, especially because both of those dudes, Paul Walker and Ryan Dunn, were driving new vehicles. Like they
They
were
were
Thing too, these
driving, like,
older
Come
vehicles.
on, don't listen. We're gonna compare sports cars to sports cars. Okay, that's both fast. All right, I know that we're
Yeah, but-
comparing a '70 Barracuda to like a Porsche.
But also, I feel
Like
like
a
cars
boat.
nowadays are
It's,
built.
yeah, it's like a boat with a Hemi versus a motorcycle with a jet engine.
That
I
could
feel
turn
like-
on a dime.
Yeah.
Like a turbo.
Motorcycle, all right. But I feel like at least cars nowadays are better made than a car from 1970s. I feel like that's just all metal.
Yes and no. That's the thing. They're better made because they're better for the environment, but
Miss.
They're not
they're
much
like
more safer.
they're not so much more safer. They're more
'Cause doesn't
safer
the plastic
for like.
allow for like actual give when it bends? Like it just
It's
breaks
mild.
instead of
Here's the
just
thing: is
steel.
you're talking about 1/4-inch mild steel. You're talking about a 4,000
This nigga-
to
he said
5,000.
mild steel. That's like the loudest thing I've ever.
It's
No,
Look at
hold on.
Grande, it's what a spoon's made out of.
Yeah.
All right.
So imagine, but the thing is cars nowadays are made out of 16th to 8th inch cold rolled steel, which is lighter, it's cheaper, and a lot of
Steel
shits.
anymore.
Yeah, like and then also a lot of things that prevent you from getting into accidents, like bumpers, for example. Bumpers used to be all made out of metal. It was a metal bumper that attached to the frame directly. Versus cars nowadays aren't built on frames, so the bumper is most times plastic. So
That shit just shatters.
exactly,
Mhm.
and it just shatters.
Instead
It
of
does
just,
just
instead
that.
of just like trying to hammer a fucking bend out of your fender, you're trying to like, all right, let me just get a hold.
Well,
of
here's the
one.
thing. That's not even the thing. One metal bar that goes across, $75. No way that's more than $100. Versus a
Oh, a whole
painted
fucking panel
new
and shit.
fucking bumper for your
Yeah.
car. That's literally like hundreds of dollars plus the paint plus the bullshit. Like,
Mhm.
Oh shit, yeah.
so yeah, they became cheaper to build. They became more reliable. They became economic, but safe. It's kind of like a givey because yes, they have airbags and they have seatbelts and they have better handling and better controlling. But when you actually get into an accident with an older car versus a newer car, you're more likely to walk away if you're in the older car
Okay.
because they just weigh more.
So then it's better that he was in an older car
I mean, yes and no.
Potentially
He
could
might have
save
not
his
gotten
life.
into the accident
if it was a
if it was a newer car because it would have better handling or better whatever. But then also, you put probably a person who's never driven a muscle car
True.
in the hands of a very powerful muscle car
Because
at
I do-
night, right?
I do
It was
get
like
it.
at night when it
You-
happened, and
you
that's
as
the
a
biggest
celebrity
thing.
don't want to drive your own car. You have people that do it for you for this
Yeah.
exact reason.
Right, right.
But sometimes you think that you'd be the better driver than someone else driving for you. Like, what if he
I just
always,
think
he
he
always
was
talks about
letting
having
his
like an
buddy drive
older
it.
friend that drives for him. What if that was the person driving instead of
Right,
him?
right.
Do you think? or
I just
maybe-
think he let somebody drive that car because they were doing something, and he was like,
you know,
"Yo, this
or-
is a '70 Barracuda. Like, can I drive it?" And he was like, "Yeah." And they went out and they had some fun, and it didn't go well. And what happened happened. I don't think that anything malicious or anything
Oh,
weird.
no.
Like, it was literally just they were
I
like,
definitely think it was a freak accident.
he was
Yeah.
literally he was like, let's go to this place, and he drove and he took the Barracuda, and either the dude drove both times and then just were overzealous on the way home, or Kevin drove there.
And then he drove
dude
all
was
the way
like,
home.
yo, can I
Let me
drive
drive
home?
this,
Like,
you
yo,
know?
let me
Yeah.
whip it,
Okay.
man.
like it is what it is, though. You know, as
And-
long as
And that's what I'm saying.
everyone walked away,
Everybody
that's
walked
fine,
away, and that's literally all you.
That's
can
why I
ask
wanted to
for.
talk about it.
Shit
Yeah.
happens.
Shit happens. So,
Yeah.
speaking of freak accidents, I want to talk about this boat fire that happened in California. It was like a diver's boat that people get on. It's like a 75-foot boat. It can house 30 to 40 people.
It's a scuba diving expedition company.
Yeah, so people go on this boat and they can scuba dive and they can stay overnight. It's like a 3-day trip you get on it. And you got to pay like $600. It's hell, or $300. Still a lot of money.
That's not that much. Think about this. Imagine getting 3 nights of a hotel with food included, and you're on the water.
Okay.
So if you really,
but this is why I wouldn't want to be on the water, because
and you also get to go scuba diving.
So there's 33 people on this boat, and then later at night, this other boat that was docked nearby hears pounding at their door, and there's a bunch of fucking crewmen in the water trying to pound at the side of their boat. Like, they're like, what the fuck? And they look over, and there is a boat just engulfed in flames. So what happened was, apparently a fire was started. They really don't know how, but the fire was started, and the crew members couldn't get to the people sleeping below because the fire was blocking the hatch, and there were no other emergency exits. Mm-hmm. So like 3 a.m, this fire starts. The crew members can't get to the people, so they hop overboard, and then they swim to the next boat. And they're like talking to them, and they're like, "Yo, like the what's it called? Coast Guard is like, is there any way you can get back on the boat and unlock it?" And they're like frantic, and all you can hear is like, "We can't. No emergency exits. Everything's in flames." And then you can hear explosions, and the witnesses on the other boat said that you could every 20 minutes just another explosion going off.
Yeah, because you got a lot of oxygen tanks on board that are getting hot and then expanding, and then oxygen. It's not like it's not going to be something deadly like it's an accelerant. It's not a propellant. So what that means is it's going to make the fire bigger, and it's going to add like a breath to it, but it's not going to do something like dumping a bunch of gasoline on it. It's not going to make it like explode, but there's going to be pressurized oxygen cans that are exploding. Yeah. And as soon as those explode, it's going to make the fire bigger because it just added a bunch of oxygen to the fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so they couldn't get to the boat in time, and it was just on water, on fire, and then they were looking for at least 30 bodies. They found 25. They found, I think they called off the search at like 34. So they just can't find one body.
Damn.
That one's going to come back.
I hope he's
alive. That motherfucker on an island somewhere, like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna burn all of their boats.
But the most important thing, though, is that an underwater cinematographer was saying that this was a terrible accident, but it was a freak accident. Yeah. It's something that happens, and just like with the car crash we were talking about before, it's not something to, I wouldn't say not worry about, but it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you're going to go diving, this shouldn't stop you from going diving.
Plus, like, this company...
It's not like a preventable thing. Just some shit. Sometimes it happens. Yeah.
This company owns multiple boats, and they have multiple crews out at all the time. Like, so this is a thing that's like always goes over without a hitch. You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. And this freak small thing happened. I just honestly think, and as bad as it's to say this, it takes shit like this happening
to make it more safer
for it to never happen again.
I believe
literally it takes all of those people dying. I mean, think about it like this. How many terrorist plots do you think are stopped because of 9/11's like security afterwards?
Fuck 9/11. Do you know I read at least 6 plots of shooting up places right after that Walmart shooting happened, and then the Dayton shooting happened. Literally, it was like, so you guys are getting these tips, you just don't act on it.
No.
Well, yeah, because they never took him seriously. Because here's the thing: is
all talk all the time.
Well, here's the thing: is you've got 2 sides of it. You've got people just being overzealous, like the kid being like, "Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for the kid for just a second and say that he didn't mean it." You've got people who are just like saying like going at edgelords, doing it for the lulz, whatever. But then you also have fucking people who are calling in swatting people.
Yeah.
So as a law enforcement officer, how are you actually supposed to mitigate and believe which ones are which? Here's my thing. I think they need to have a better vetting process, and swatting wouldn't happen. If they made people identify themselves when they called police, or they made anonymous tips different to where, like, I still want to be able to report something anonymously to the police. I don't want to have my name on file for everything that I have to, if I ever have to go to the police for something. Right. It's not like, it's like
your name tied to the fucking crime.
It's like, I just want to be like, yo, there's this dude over here doing this thing that he shouldn't be doing. Like, if y'all get here in time and get him, that's all you. Yeah. I don't want anything to do with it.
I'm not going to be here when you get here.
Like, so. That's it. Yeah. But at the same time, you can't send out SWAT teams to people's fucking houses without at least getting a little bit of confirmation that...
I still agree with sending the SWAT team, have them in the area, but they shouldn't be first responders.
No. You should at least get some type of, like, get a police officer to the door, knock on the door, get, like, some sort of, like, confirmation. Because here's the thing. I'm sorry. You as a police officer, your job is to be there when the bullets get fired. So there is an active shooter situation,
I was gonna say, they don't
you will
want their-
know before you get to the door. They will either tell you, get the fuck back or I will kill these people, or they're going to start shooting.
I was gonna say that's
Like,
their
as
main,
shitty as that is
that's
to
their main
say-
reason for not sending in foot patrols, because they don't want them to be fired upon as soon as they get to the door.
So you send in the SWAT team. By the time you get to the door, you should realize, I don't hear gunfire. This dude is not going down without a fight.
Yeah.
So if this
Let's
situation
move
is what it is, he's either killing the hostages inside right now and then killing himself,
Mhm.
or he's planning to kill me.
Yeah.
If I'm not getting shot at and I'm not hearing bullets, why do I keep pushing in? Like, it's obvious, like, there are things, and I just think it's because they're stacked and they're ready to go. They're
Yeah.
on edge. They're like,
Go,
"Ooh,
go, go, go,
we
go."
haven't had a
Yeah.
call. Like, we
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
go. And it's just, it's
And
fucking
then they end up shooting
high
someone's
school
dog or shooting
bullies being
someone.
high school bullies with
Yeah,
fucking
true,
guns now.
true.
All right, well, let's move on to something that's fucked up, but a little less fucked up than the first two topics. I want to talk about the fact that this. No. Okay. Sorry. I want to talk about the fact. Yeah, that was my fan coming on. You guys could hear it. I want to talk about the fact that this NBA
Nice
player.
breeze. For like a hot second.
Why are y'all in pants?
Because it was raining.
I'm done.
Nah, I was looking at them. The
It's
ones in
raining
jeans
today.
and khakis.
It was raining. I'm not in jeans.
It's
sweatpants and
raining.
khakis.
But yeah, no, it was raining. I was, doing some deliveries. It was wet.
Nah, that's actually a fair answer. All right, I want to talk about this NBA player that got hit with a drug test because of Photoshop pictures. So basically, this player.
Hold up. Did he fail?
No, because first of all, I want you to look at this player. Alex Caruso isn't jacked, all right, and his hairline is hella receding. As a nigga with no hair, he about to have no hair.
How old is he? Like 35?
He's something. But so the Lakers posted this picture on Twitter.
Receding hairline, man.
They posted this picture on Twitter, right? And they're like, "Look at our nigga working out."
That nigga look sexy.
So I actually did think that too. So then this picture got. Well, I'm gonna say it. This picture got reposted, and he doesn't even look that much bigger. But they saw this, and they were like, "Drug test him."
I mean,
Well,
nigga,
it just
been
looked like he
working
got a
out. He
pump
just
on
been
it.
hitting the gym.
That's just an angle and a pump. I don't know what you're
Exactly.
talking
It's
about.
not even that
No,
much.
Some,
no.
like, good-
real life,
some nice
it is.
lighting.
In real life, it's not even an angle of pump and lighting. This
Probably
is just Photoshop. This is just Photoshop.
What the fuck? Like,
But the NBA thought this is fake. They thought this is too good to be
Steroids.
true, so it's steroids. My nigga, take this pee in this cup, and he was like, why would y'all?
Great, I'll pay you in the cup.
Did he pass the steroids and fail something else?
So he tweeted, and his tweet goes, "Mr. Silver is always watching," and then he gets a little dawn in the mail, and it says, "Last week Photoshop picture, weight room picture. This week random off-season drug test. Random.
Off season.
I always hate how they put random in it too. Nigga, that shit wasn't random. Off-season.
No.
Off season.
Sorry.
That's
Off-season.
why it's random.
Well, because
He at home, he's not working. He's like, what the fuck?
They-
They
He's
sent it to him in
They
the
said
mail
it
too.
was
Yeah.
He wasn't.
playing summer league.
He wasn't at the office. He was just.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like somebody walked up with a cup and all was like, hey, sorry.
They were like, we
So-
had to
They
pick someone, and we thought you would be
You couldn't
the
even
best
get a
guy.
fucking phone call?
No,
They
man.
send him a letter? What
It's like,
kind of
nigga,
bullshit
you
is that?
sexy, but you're not that sexy.
Hey, you.
I don't think they said that. I think they
Marco.
said that.
But up!
Hey, you got it.
No, they don't. You didn't fucking give it to me.
Can't.
Oh, all right, Polo. All right. Yeah, I thought that was funny. I wanted to talk about it because it seems like the random testing. That just geeks me when they always say random, and it's like,
Nigga,
you saw something about me, and then you sent it to me. That is not random. Like, I forget what NFL player it was, but they were doing something, and they were like, all right, we'll take this random drug. And he was like, nigga, I was just trending on Twitter. That's not random. That is not random.
You
liked
saw
the
me.
photo,
I saw you like
Like,
it.
nigga, come on now.
It is in your retweets.
I saw your name in your face, right? Like,
You commented with an @ to me.
They're like, we're taking you down.
It was like,
I know.
at NFL, hey, at player, we'll see you soon.
Hashtag random drug test.
He was like, all right, bet. All right, so my next topic I want to talk about is the fact, you guys know how Popeyes ran out of chicken sandwiches? You know these motherfuckers sent Diplo a plane of chicken sandwiches?
That's why they fucking ran out.
Literally, Diplo was like, all right, he sent out an Instagram picture, and it was of him with 2 bags of Popeye sandwiches and a plane behind him. Now, we don't know if the plane was full of chicken sandwiches.
Can I get an airdrop?
We know damn sure those bags were full of chicken sandwiches because the next photo is him on the plane. Popeyes heard I wanted to try the chicken sandwiches, so they sent me some of the jet. Wendy's, your move. That's the caption for the first picture, which
I mean, because
I feel it.
Wendy's Twitter
Like
runs
Wendy's
shit,
gonna match.
Yeah.
No,
like Wendy's.
listen, he might get some spicy nuggets.
You don't understand.
Wendy's-
Wendy's Twitter
Wendy's
is
on
about the
Twitter is
clout.
popping. Yeah.
So
yeah,
then the
you're
next
right.
picture is him on the plane, or it's a video him on the plane with a sandwich, and then you can hear people behind saying, "Yeah, we got those sandwiches," but not even talking to the camera. It's like he talking to somebody else, being like, "Yeah, we got those sandwiches."
He's all about me. He's just me, myself, and
Like
my
me,
sandwich.
bitch. These are my
He's got
Fuck
a
sandwiches.
these
mirror.
peasants who I also could feed.
Why
I can
did-
only eat 1 or 2 sandwiches.
Why
but-
did Diplo? Because they ran out nationwide stock, but they still have the ability to make these sandwiches.
I think
Not
what
the
they're-
stores themselves.
I think what they're doing is they realize that it's too hectic for them to make these the way that they are because of how popular they are.
They will never regenerate that buzz again, though.
Nah,
I don't.
it's Popeyes
I don't know.
still, man.
Here's what I think they can do.
I will give you an
Is-
example: Wendy's spicy nuggets. You hear
They
anyone
make
really talk
rib.
about them since they came back out?
No, because they didn't make a big deal about it.
Because Wendy's is not Popeyes though. Wendy's,
Wendy's got customers. They know people coming through
yeah,
anyway.
Wendy's always has customers. Wendy's got a loyal fan base, but so does Popeyes. Think about it. Popeyes stepped into something that they did before. So the first time, I don't know if you remember,
It
but
wasn't
like,
good.
yeah, that shit was trash. It was awful. And they came back this time, like
I don't even
fucking-
think it's that. I think it's the fact that
fucking
they.
spewing lightning, and that shit was apparently delicious.
I don't
And
even
it was like up there with Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
I don't even
so
think
like,
it. I think that's the main driving factor is that they came at one of the greats.
I don't know. Here's
They were
and
like-
Popeyes is
they weren't like,
Popeyes
hey,
got the best fried
they
chicken
didn't-
around too.
They didn't put. I'll
Yeah,
agree
good
with that.
Cajun
They didn't.
yeah.
They didn't put in a tweet being like, "We threw our hat into the chicken sandwich ring." They said, "Nigga, we better than Chick-fil-A." They
We are
gave
part
people.
of the
We
chicken
don't.
sandwich ring.
Come to us.
Yo, plus, do you remember seeing like any advertising like from Popeyes
No, the
for
funny-
that chicken sandwich, dude?
We talked about that the last episode.
Yeah.
They got 26 million. Actually, I want to correct myself. 26 million in unpaid ad revenue from Black Twitter.
BPT.
Black Twitter, which is apparently just the funniest part of Twitter. It's not just like Black Twitter is full of white people too. It's
Stay
just-
black,
the
friends.
funniest part of Twitter is just majority black, which is I'm cool with. But
Yeah.
also the fucking Kevin Doughboy, their video literally just
Oh yeah, it's
Popeyes was
skyrocketing,
like
too.
they probably that's what they probably was like. All right, we're just gonna make a couple sandwiches. That'd be it.
Yeah, they didn't
Here's
think
the
anything of it,
And
out
then
of
Kev
nowhere,
and them
they're
came
like,
out with the
"Holy
video, and it's like
shit."
this shit because Kev was like basically a sponsor for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And halfway through the video, he was like,
Give me
I
that
don't know.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
I was
man,
like, I
all
don't
the
know,
time.
man. The sandwich is all right. And Josh and Doughboy were raving over it. And they were like, the spicy mayo, though. And Kev was like, spicy mayo? What? And he was like, what, you got the regular sandwich? No, try this. And he tried it. And he was like, Chick-fil-A, I'm sorry. But it's a wrap. And I actually thought that was bullshit because they compared, even though that video spiked their views, Popeyes sales, everything, they were comparing it to the plain Chick-fil-A sandwich. Now, if you ask
Spicy
me,
chicken sandwich.
you got to do it with
Alright,
the
so you gotta do it
spicy
with the spicy,
deluxe.
spicy.
with the pepper jack
With the
cheese.
deluxe,
Mm,
yeah.
That's what you're supposed
Yeah,
to do.
I
with
got you.
tomatoes and the
Here's,
lettuce
but
on
I
that.
will say
It'll be
this.
fire. It'll
But
be
I
fire.
will say this. That is a $6 sandwich,
You right?
as opposed to the $4
Like a
price
$4.
range.
What's the
that-
fucking Popeye sandwich? That's like a
$4
$7
it's
sandwich.
$4.
$4.
Oh, what?
It's $4.
Because here's the thing. I will say this.
Damn, yeah.
Have you ever had the crispy kernel from KFC?
Dude.
Not the chicken
That
little.
was
The
like
chicken little was alright.
Not
so.
the chicken little.
The chicken
crispy
little
Or the
kernel.
classic
No.
chicken sandwich.
Well,
from
hold on. Since we
McDonald's.
talk about slip
Yo,
off
I ain't gonna
sandwich,
lie, the classic chicken
Have you
sandwich from
had the-
McDonald's, fire.
the buttermilk John with
Yeah.
the big chip.
Yep.
That
Yes.
John is
Yep.
fire.
That joint,
Yep.
it's like the size of Texas, dude.
That's the same.
It's
That is the
fucking
same
fire.
thing that you can get.
But it's
in
$3
the crispy
chicken breast.
kernel.
It's $3
Yeah, it's
though,
$3.
The crispy
As a-
kernel, I feel, is bigger.
as opposed to the $1 for the fucking McChicken.
Yeah.
How come
the
everybody-
chicken's lacking.
everybody-
No,
for
the
two chicken
classic.
nuggets.
No. But at McDonald's, you get the classic chicken sandwich instead of the McChicken. It's like it's so much better. It's way bigger.
No, but that's
it's
what
a
I'm
lot
saying.
juicier.
The McChicken's $1 though, and the classic McChicken's $3. So
Yeah,
if you go
but
in
if
the
you're
struggle,
comparing that, if you're,
Yeah, if you're
I mean, if
comparing
you're
it,
going
you
for
get
the struggle, yeah,
$3.
you get the McChicken and
we
like
can't.
then
If you
all of
compare it
those,
to all the
all
others,
of
it
those
doesn't even
sandwiches.
stack up.
No, we're talking
If
everything.
you're
at
going
the
for
price range, it
struggle
doesn't
though,
stack.
if
No,
you're
no.
going for
No,
struggle
I'm
though,
saying,
then it's
fu-
the McChicken
I
all the
agree
way
with- I agree
because
with you.
nothing else.
Fuck struggle though. If we're talking about a good chicken sandwich, the McDonald's chicken sandwich is slept on, but compared to like Wendy's has a good chicken sandwich.
Wendy's is pretty good.
You know what? It's better than Burger King because Burger King has a trash chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Burger
It's just-
King's
Burger
everything
King's
is
just-
trash.
Yeah.
I was talking to my
Oh,
dad about
they
That
make a
long
good
original
they make a-
chicken sandwich,
The
yo.
Angry Whopper is fire. I won't even. I'll
okay,
fight you.
let me say
I'll
this.
fight you over that.
I'm gonna say this really quickly.
Every time that shit come back, I get it.
That's really good for everything that isn't
A burger.
the burger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Oh, their fries are slept on too.
I mean, that's
Their onion
arguable.
rings,
But
that
anything,
rodeo burger,
listen,
fire.
anything burger or patty or like chicken even that is at Burger King is microwaved. Everything that they put together when they complete like a burger, they wrap it all together and they chuck it in the microwave. That's how they melt their cheese. Like they flame grill their burgers beforehand, but that microwave for me kills everything. It kills the bun.
Flavor.
It kills the fucking cheese.
Everything's like more soggy now.
Exactly. Now you're going to notice it. I used to sit there because my stepsister used to work at
I have
Burger
noticed
King,
that too. When you go to rip it, and it's like this bun not ripping as easily as it should. Damn, you just ruined Burger King for me.
All right,
I mean,
but at the same time,
ruined it for themselves.
But yeah, I mean they'll ruin it for themselves. But at the same time, you can just go to McDonald's and fucking get almost the only thing. There's nothing I can get at Burger King that I can't get at McDonald's.
I've never had a good memory out of Burger King.
Dude, the fries are always crispy.
Ready?
The only thing is the mozzarella
breakfast.
sticks, yo.
Burger King breakfast.
Okay.
Because everyone else sucks for breakfast.
Yeah, the croissant sandwich, dude.
Yes.
Because everything else sucks for breakfast. McDonald's is the only one that's alright breakfast.
Yo, they had those Cinnabons that you can dip. Did you ever get those as a kid? Those like little Cinnabons you could dip in the icing?
Yo, my thing was the fucking cheesy tots though. Cheesy tots.
Dude, cheesy tots were good.
I always like fries and potato tots.
They had
mac
good
and cheese
spicy
bites.
nuggets.
The mac and cheese bites were fire too.
Did they do those?
Yo,
those
they
Cheeto
do the
bites?
mozzarella.
The
Yeah,
Cheeto
the Cheeto
bites
bites
were
too.
fire.
Yeah,
The chicken
banging.
fries.
The mozzarella
Yo,
sticks were
let's talk about
banging.
chicken fries. Chicken fries were all right, but it really depended on which Burger King you went to.
Because if they were fresh, they were good. If
Yeah,
they were
nasty,
and they were
the
like
worst.
dried out and like
Maybe,
just
like,
soggy. It was
yeah.
fucking gross. Yo.
You bite into it and it was like gray.
Like why you
It wasn't
biting into
white.
air
It
and
was
shit
like- it
too?
was like-
No,
Like
no.
wet powder.
Because when they came back the second time, they were smaller and they was like a different recipe.
Yeah.
They were like fingers, dude.
That's the most
They
fat
looked
nigga
fucking
conversation
gross.
I've ever had.
The first kind weren't straight. The first
What?
kind weren't straight. You'd get one that were like L
Yeah,
shapes and they were like
because they were like
sevens.
real chicken.
But
Yeah.
then when they came out with them again, it was everyone
telling
was like
you.
perfect.
They
Because
look
they
like
like
dried
was
up
rolling the
fucking
bitches up like
hot
one
dogs.
back
They're like, yo, let me get a blunt.
All right, put that in there.
Roll them up in flour.
No, you know what? That's what they did the first time. They were pre-rolling all their fucking chickens, and they're like, "Yo, Steve, this is taking entirely too
Like,
long.
come on,
Just-
Come on, man.
Come
Just
on,
shake all
bro.
of us.
It's like, come on,
dip
man.
the bitch, toss it in.
I'll be
and-
faster, I swear."
No, nigga.
I can
Let's do
do
All right. So our next topic I want to talk about is Ariana Grande hitting back at fans. So she posted a video. She had her own fans. She posted a video on Instagram of her singing live, right? And fans were like, "That sounds
That don't sound like your album, bitch.
too good." No, they said that sounds too good. It sounds like autotune and probably not live. One fan commented. Someone says,
Well, hold on,
"Hold on. Here's the bullshit. I mean, you are a great singer and I love your voice, but this doesn't sound live."
Nigga,
Here's the
what?
thing.
But
Hold
it's-
on. Ready? You can have auto-tune live.
I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
That's not a post-production thing.
but like I
it's
know,
one button that gets pressed and it turns it on.
I know. But
So when you record with auto-tune, it's already there. You don't have to go back and edit something.
I know what she sounds like live, and I know she has a good voice. But
Sounds
like,
kind of dickish.
it does sound like you're like, "I love you, I'm a fan," but you're not. You're a liar. You're lying.
It sounds like
I think it can express to a situation where it's like, why are you forced to do that? Or did you have an obligation and you don't feel well and you're forced to do the obligation? Well, maybe you need to slow down as a person if you can't
What?
fully keep. Like I'm saying, is
I would
it speaks
compare-
to a lot more.
I was gonna
I
say,
would
are you
compare-
going on to talk about how she's canceling like? So basically, with Ariana Grande, she canceled a bunch of meet and greets because she's at a tour, like dates to her tour, and she's saying that she's had a lot of stress and anxiety from it. And what I thought was really cool is that a lot of fans are actually
That's
being
why
like,
she's using auto-tune during her performances, because she's either saving her voice, she's stressed out, she doesn't want to have to worry about it.
So what I thought was really cool is a lot of fans have been like on Twitter, like, "Fam, like this is the time where we care about mental health now. Cancel the rest of your tour
Yeah,
if that's what
nigga,
like so
if
many
that's what you
fans are
need
like,
to do.
please just cancel it.
Like, yeah, it's fine.
If it's causing this much stress,
do what you gotta
Yeah.
do, honey.
I mean, here's the worst thing about it too is she's also had like tragedy at her fucking tours before. So
Yeah.
like, as much as she probably likes the idea of touring, it probably still leaves like a bittersweet in her.
Yeah.
And she's also gone through a lot in
I
this
just
past fucking year.
I just need fans of hers. I'm not even being like, stop going at Ariana Grande. But if you are a fan of Ariana Grande, give her a break.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking, right? If you like her music, how you gonna support somebody and be like, "I think you lying here"? Just rock with it. And if they're lying later, then you can be like, "Oh, what happened?"
But be happy that you saw them at the concert.
Yeah.
Well, I think the fans were online seeing her through the phone, but still, I agree with
Just
you.
be happy that you got the show then.
So I say, be happy that you get this content because
Yeah.
you literally, I don't have to be here. Like you said,
I don't have to be
I
here.
can go back home and this content could not exist. But I wanted to make it the best for you that it could possibly be. And I didn't want to give you a performance and like a inside live look that wasn't going to sound good. So, fuck off. Eat my ass.
People be asking for a lot,
I'm
yeah.
Ariana Grande, bitch.
Yeah, did you watch the Dave Chappelle special yet?
Not yet.
Fuck it. Watch it so we can
I've
talk
been
about it
watching
next week.
Mindhunter.
I
You
know
seen
you
that?
No. Alright, I'll watch that
It's
if
a
you
good
watch
show.
the special so we can talk about it next week. Cause, wait, have you seen it? I know we watched it the other day.
Did you watch Finals?
No. I didn't write it down. I was actually thinking about what you guys said and I was like, I don't know what the... I don't know
Hold
what
on,
it's
look it up
called.
real quick. Let me just make sure that's called the movie. Is that what's called? The
That
Final
was
or
really
Finals?
that was really gory, John.
Yeah. And then, it's movie.
I'm gonna take a break right here, guys, but you can
it
still
called?
listen to us
The
talk.
final.
And we were
Yeah,
talking
The
about this
Final,
movie
that's it.
on the last podcast
Yeah.
that was like really gory. Yeah, I'm about to watch this later. Alright.
Hold on. Go down. Go back.
What was the first sentence of the plot?
It says something about a disfigured girl enters a restaurant, begins crying, and flashbacks happen.
Yeah, it's her.
Okay.
Sick.
Alright, better. Yeah, I'm excited to watch that.
Is that
That's
it?
her.
Okay.
She walked into the restaurant.
I don't remember.
Alright,
the
spoilers,
name of
nigga.
it.
She
damn.
walked-
Yeah. The ass chick.
My bad.
Alright,
My
so-
bad. We already told you about that last
I
one.
know,
too.
yeah. I forgot though, so now I can watch it fresh. That's the
It's-
best part of being forgetful.
Even me telling you,
The
like,
LSD
you're-
chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Go ahead.
now let's get back to some sad shit. I want to talk about a woman who was mauled by 5 dogs. I always say these topics with like the most exuberance, and it's like the saddest shit.
The biggest smile on your face. He's like,
That's like
Set the
Elon
dogs
Musk.
myself.
Have you ever
Fuck
seen
that
the
dude.
you ever seen the video of Elon Musk doing meme review? And he sees it. There's just a meme, and it says, "I think my dog is like dead or something like that." It's like I don't think my dog knows how to play fetch. And then it's just a deer in the bottom of a swimming pool dead, and Elon Musk goes, he just like laughs at it as soon as it comes on screen.
That's a
He's
deep
with-
belly
he's with,
laugh.
Who's the dude who does Rick and Morty?
Justin Roiland.
Yeah, he's literally like side by side, and he clicks on it, and they're like, he goes, he like laughs at it.
Nigga.
There's just a deer like
Justin was
literally
like, what? Oh my god, that's
floating
what-
dead in like the pool, just like underneath the water at the bottom of the pool.
nigga.
Damn. All right. So speaking of dogs, I was watching the scene from The Office where fucking the big nigga Kevin, is that his name? Where they were talking about the dogs that they got or some shit like that. And he was like talking about his dog, how it was like, yeah, my dog really doesn't move, and like
Oh,
he
yeah,
smells
yeah,
awful.
yeah, like, he
They're like,
says-
oh
he
shit.
says
And I was
that.
like, oh, and the next clip is like him cuddling with the dog, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
thank
dog
God.
starts licking his fucking face.
I was like,
too.
dog probably just eats his own poop. That's why he doesn't poop. That's why he doesn't see the poop. Oh my god. He was like, don't poop. I don't want to put it on the bath because it's new for me. You guys are like, yeah, The Office. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
But back to
Yeah,
this
like,
awful shit. This woman got mauled by 5 dogs, so she was going back to a property where she was previously at to get her purse, and these dogs that were neighboring had got loose, and they chased her, and like witnesses say that they saw like the dog threw the girl in the air, and then she tried to run and hop the fence. The police found them, shot 2 of the dogs, and took the other 3 to be put down. And then like she had bites all over, blood everywhere. The dogs had ripped all of her clothes off. They were a Rottweiler lab mix, 2 Mastiff labs, and the pit bull. All beautiful dogs and all probably had shitty owners.
Said 5 dogs.
Yeah.
I think it was one shitty owner who owned all 5 dogs.
Yeah, a Mastiff, a Rottweiler lab, 2 lab mixes, and a pit bull.
Oh, 2
It's a
lab mixes.
hyper group.
I was about to say
That is a hyper
big
group, but still,
hyper
those
group.
are you. I've seen videos of all those dogs together.
Oh
Fine.
yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's everything that
If
you
you're
said. It's got to
great-
do with
if
the
You're
If
gonna
you're a
rile
good dog
one of them
owner,
up, you're
then-
gonna rile all of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But see, that's the thing.
So
Is
it had to
also
But that's also a shitty group of dogs to get jumped by.
easily.
there's no easy one. There's
No.
no like
So-
Chihuahua or
Mastiff.
like.
So you could just kick it.
I
Like,
mean,
hair
the
here.
lab mix. The lab
like,
mix.
I'm
is
sorry,
something
I was gonna say
Please.
if I got jumped by 5 sassies, I'm like kicking everywhere. Like nigga,
Oh,
get
what?
the
Kicking, I'm just stomping. I'm just.
do that, nigga. Chill.
I'm just like, get away from me.
You just gotta
Yeah.
stop one, and then
I
they're
did-
like, "Oh my god, I don't want that to happen to me."
I'd be
And he's like
picking the
walking
dogs
away
up.
like crying.
What are you about to say?
I'd be like picking the dogs up, like, nah, get away. No, it's not happening.
But they're tagging you. Like, oh, you so
Oh,
cute.
He's like, "Ah shit, ah
Just gonna
shit."
keep walking.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
no.
no, it's not happening right now.
I think-
How fast do you think? Like, I want to see a video.
Oh, that's
Like,
awful.
Yo, no. There's
That's
a video.
awful.
No, there's a video of a
He
pit bull
didn't
who
say
got
the
loose.
video. He said a
A
video.
video. He wants to see a video of someone getting mauled.
No, listen.
No,
No, listen to what I'm saying. I want to see the video of how far she was before she realized, oh shit, I'm about to be fucking mauled by these dogs. Because here's the thing. There was a video of this little kid
like split second.
at the end of his driveway who was getting attacked by a dog. And this neighbor was like, oh, fucking shit. And he just starts running hell ass at the dog to get him off the kid. He gets about 30 feet away, and the dog looks up at the guy, and he's like, and he starts running towards the guy. And you can see it click at his brain where he's like, oh shit, there's a dog.
You're already running at it. You gotta just keep going.
No, he fucking turns ass and runs the other way.
No.
And the kid gets up to like go inside because he's like, just got mauled by a dog.
Yeah.
And, like, the dog ends up attacking the guy for a little bit, and then he gets away. Because I say guy, but he's an 18-year-old kid.
Okay,
like,
so he's like willing, like I can at least try to fight this away.
yeah, I was about to say, but he's like a
It
kid
seemed
still.
like he was
Like,
willing.
this is a
Oh,
kid
yeah,
fighting a 6-year-old. The 6-year-old is the original kid.
That's
Yeah.
awful.
He's like a child.
And
he was
as much
just-
as I love
Damn.
dogs and I want a bigger dog when I get older,
I'm
if I have
sorry,
kids,
if a dog.
I need to have a kid and I need to get that puppy when I get that kid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, say that backwards. I need to get that puppy when I have that kid. Not
Me
get.
too.
Or
When
get,
I
you know,
get
whatever
that
happens.
kid.
Whatever happens.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, not
There's a job
necessarily
shit in there,
because
fostering,
you could have a dog who's like 4 years old, and as long as they're trained right,
Yeah.
bringing a smaller animal or a small like human into that isn't going to be a problem.
That's fair, because I've seen the baby sitting on like the old ass like nigga dogs and be like, oh yeah, I'm a dog, but you can ride me.
And it's actually better to get
Actually,
animals
I do-
from shelters for that reason because
They're
a
already used
lot
to
of
people.
well, here's the thing. I don't want to say this is a lot of animals that can't be social. They don't keep for long in
That's
shelters
sad, but that's
because
true because there's nowhere to take
it's-
them really. It's
it's-
harder to bring them to a house that has no dogs than a
It's
house
not-
that already has dogs.
it's not just that too, but they also don't want the inhumane conditions of like one dog, one cell, one dog, one cell. They'd rather have like
Oh.
an area where they can have like 10 dogs. in
Nigga,
there
they
and
try
can
and prison
all
up
interact.
and make them overstaffed. And shit.
That's why they don't want to do that because they're like these dogs have a harder time even existing in general, let alone
Oh,
in
yeah,
this
it would be so sad to
facility.
be by itself. And
Mhm.
And it's like but
Yeah.
a lot of times with like there are it takes a special place to rehabilitate and really focus on animals well.
I believe it. That's why I love videos of dudes who do that.
Like there's a lot of like dudes in New York who like work with pit bulls and stuff like that, and it's amazing
Yeah.
because they're
It's
such
just
like
sad that 5 dogs had to
Die.
because of
Well, and the owners had an
Nurse
electric
dog.
fence, they said, and the dogs just got past it, which these are all big dogs. They probably just jumped that bitch.
No,
It
you
was
just run
literally-
through it. You get shocked once and that's it. You don't get shocked again until you go
Oh,
back.
yeah, an
through
electric fence is.
Yeah.
No, wait. They said electric fence. I don't think they meant invisible, though.
no, it's
like
an invisible fence.
It's
You
invisible?
can't have a dog through an electric fence. That's-
No.
So
that's
then,
it.
yeah, so what the
No.
fuck? They just ran through it and was like, all right, I ate that. Now I'm on the next one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably got stuck up for a second.
I mean, that was
They
like,
felt
all
the
right.
blues.
Then they were like,
fuck,
yeah.
They
now
looked
I'm
over
more
and said, oh,
angry.
my niggas crossed it? It's none.
Yeah.
Let me just cross with him.
Or a lot of times, like, there'll be a problem with the fence, and the homeowner won't know for a very long
Because
time.
how would you know?
So they like.
And then the also thing the dog doesn't know. And it takes the dog figuring it out. And dogs are fucking smart.
Yeah.
Because they know that the fence is there. But once they see somebody, like say one of the dogs got caught attention to the person, ran across the fence, every other dog just goes, the fence is down? And then just heads ass right where the dog
Jesus.
is.
Because
'Cause they're all really
I
social.
can literally, now that there's not an actual fence in my head, I can
Yeah.
literally see how that happened.
Yeah.
That's even, why would you all 5 of those dogs out at once, though? Like,
Why
I
would
get
you not? If you were, you want to know why? Because they're
5
not
dogs.
responsible dog owners. Literally, the reason that they attack the woman is because on every step of the way, they are not responsible dog owners. They did not train the dogs properly. They
Yeah,
did not
fence.
house the dogs properly. They did not encapsulate the dogs properly inside
Oh.
their fucking property. And they did not supervise
They're
their
no one was
non-proper
out, no one was
fucking...
out there with the dogs like,
Like-
looking at them. They just said go. Just they're not kids. You can't just be like, all right, go play in the yard.
Yeah.
No, exactly. And even so, I would do that only in a
If you had
fenced-in yard.
fence,
Like, if I had a fenced-in
or you were
backyard...
on your own property.
Yeah, like how big it is.
Actually
Yeah.
on
And it
your
depends.
own property.
And again, because
Nobody
only
else
people
around
who are
type shit.
smart and responsible pet owners would think of these things.
Yeah.
These are literally check marks of a person who does not know how to properly fucking care and take for an animal. Like, perfect example. I had a neighbor, new neighbors just moved in.
Yeah, you gotta talk
I'm
about
going to talk about it. Because here's the thing.
fucking
It
dicks,
wasn't a person.
Yeah.
It wasn't a person, luckily, but they fucked the shit out of my neighbor's dog, yo. Like, sent that bitch to the
That
hospital.
almost makes
It
me
was
feel worse.
it was so bad that there were cops at my neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Because they were like, yo,
That makes me
your
feel good that
dog
cops are
fucking
like-
came over here
Yeah.
and fucked up my dog. Like,
I'm calling the cops.
And the whole house. And here's the thing, I got it wrong. I thought that they were in the backyard and got loose, and that's what I originally had thought, because they had kind of got loose into my yard and kind of like not really attacked, but definitely weren't as social as they should have been to my dog. And so ever since then, I kind of just didn't like taking my dog out back with a leash, because I'm a smart, responsible pet owner.
Yeah,
I don't fully trust my fucking dog, let alone I don't trust my dog and fighting off 2 fucking dogs that I don't think I could get into a fight with.
Murph's got it.
I can beat Murphy's ass and I can beat Emma's ass. I don't think I can take both of those D's down fucking pit bulls next door coming at me like,
yeah, no.
Oh shit!
Like fucking clipped ears, no tail. The fucking like he was.
You're not gonna be picking Murph up and running.
No. I would literally. I like throw Emma up the fucking jaw. And I'd be like Murph, like one under each leg, kicking dogs and shit.
He'd be like, save me.
Save you.
I don't know. Murph will surprise you. He's fast as shit when he got to run away from something.
Like Murph, I got. He'd be like, I'm at the house.
I'll be like, let him come into your room and get a sock one time, and you'll see how fast he can fucking run. He's like, I'm like, get out. He's like, what? Sock, bet. I'm like, what the fuck did he get? Next thing you know, like I hear the door closing upstairs. I'm like, motherfucker.
That was
I gotta take you 20 minutes to get your ass up the stairs. Normally,
because you stole my sock, you gotta.
Exactly. He does one stair at a time. He literally will walk up the stair, walk sideways to get his back paws on it, take a break, go. Put his front paws up on the stairs and then walk across it to get his back paws up, and he just keeps doing this fucking zigzag pattern up the stairs. Now when he got a sock,
see what
he torpedo.
The image in my head was him torpedoing out of your room, and you're like, what the fuck? And you go and he's just at the bottom of the stairs.
He's like, fuck you.
I'm making my way there. Don't worry about it.
Close.
My goddamn sock.
My sock, bitch.
All right, so let's move into our horrors of the world. Ooh, this week we're doing Jonestown Massacre.
Wait, let me just blow on this real quick. Shit.
47 shots.
Damn, 47 shots. Keep your head still. I feel like I stole that line from MGK, didn't I?
Yes.
Damn. I meant to do that.
I didn't know you could ignore that.
Nah.
The flow.
I am keep going. I did. You know what I mean? I don't really rhyme. I just kind of talk on the beat sometimes. I just kind of try to flow with it, till I kind of clean it, till I don't have much time to spit it, or maybe till I have some children. I'm done. I'm done.
All right, bet.
Sorry.
Good. All right, so horrors of the world. Horrors of the world. I'm about to tell you some fucked up shit about Jim Jones. He was a cult leader, and he made them drink the Kool-Aid. He made them go down to, I forget the place, but I'm gonna tell you about it. He was a self-proclaimed messiah, but he told everyone they had to work hard, and they had to do some shit, and then they died. But
I like it.
I don't know. I wish yours was so much better. I wish I was.
No, wasn't yours actually like flowed together.
It didn't rhyme though.
So
yours all rhymes.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
What?
Was yours written?
No.
Okay, I was about to say, because like if you wrote it and it still didn't rhyme, then I'd be on you about it.
I just because I even try and write stuff, and I'm like, all right, I had like horrors of the world. I don't even want to rhyme it because I forget the beat it was. It was like horrors of the world. I'm gonna tell you some fucked up shit. Horrors of the world. I'm about to unload my clip, and then it was gonna be a freestyle from there.
Oh, like that. That would be fine.
I would have clapped.
Yeah, but
if you had the freestyle clap.
Because
that'd have been a great setup. Be like, oh shit.
Next time, all right. So, horrors of the world. Today we're talking about the Jonestown Massacre. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
Jonestown.
You never heard about Jim Jones?
Jim Jones.
Like Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Jim
Oh, that Jim Jones?
No, not that Jim Jones.
Oh.
We
We feeling like Jim Jones?
No, 1975, Reverend Jim Jones. This is the dude that had a bunch of followers, and he was like, let's just up and leave here and go to New Guinea. Papua New Guinea? Is that where they were?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said in the rap. I forgot where it was for a sec. But the temple was in San Francisco, right? So in 1977, Jones was basically like, yo, let's go to Guyana in Jonestown. That's where it is. And he sold this destination. It's going to be like flushing with plants and all this shit. We're going to get there. We're going to chill out. And then eventually we're going to go see God. And it's going to be lit.
Let's go to South America. All right, let's do it.
And so they get down there, and it could not be further from the truth.
Of course.
All right, so first of all, they're on this compound. And the compound is surrounded by this thick, dense forest. So really, ain't nowhere to go.
Well, I mean,
Took them to the middle of nowhere.
What?
they could escape. Like,
They could escape, but also...
what do you
There's
think
probably
this is? You
nothing
think this
for,
is
like-
voluntary?
So that's the thing, too. They voluntarily went over there, but when they got there, it was all a lie. They can't grow food because the ground they live on is just not great for agriculture.
Yeah.
I guess it's... hold on.
Oh! They thought that they
This
were
is the-
going to live the rest of their lives and then meet God. They
Yeah.
didn't think
No.
that
Yeah,
was
they thought they were
like-
going to live a long life.
No, we're gonna go meet God now.
Jim was like, we real soon.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just letting you know, y'all the fertilizer. That's the long term group. They come in like 6 or 7 years. You the accelerated course.
You'll be here. So
You'll
basically,
meet God real quick.
the jungle soil was just
Here,
too
have a
thin,
drink.
so they couldn't grow anything from
Oh,
it.
you look real tired from working outside all day. I bet you could
so-
use a nice tall glass of Kool-Aid.
So they're starving. So then he sends people
It's got
out.
ice in it.
Jesus. So
Hey,
they're,
stop!
so they're starving. So now Jim Jones is like, I'm going to pick people. You're going to go in the nearby village. You guys are going to make money by begging. So now people have to go beg
Honest
for
work.
money and get food and steal food and bring it back.
You're a beggar.
Ah,
You beg today. You plow the fields.
Oh, and they would also bring back rotting food if they couldn't get any food.
Ooh, the best kind.
So it was also really hot and really buggy.
Do you think you got like a great deal in the place and it already came like
Oh,
preloaded?
yeah. Everything. He's like,
Like,
I
There's like
can't
there's
sell
a
this
compound
place.
bit
Blood
here.
hunt for
There's
rent.
already a compound.
365 square feet.
Snakes everywhere. It's the jungle, so animals everywhere.
That's probably why they leave.
Every day they're getting up at the break of dawn and they're finishing working in these big ass fields at when the sun goes down.
He got slaves.
They have to literally water these plants so the plants don't
He got
die.
voluntary slaves.
That's what they are.
Slaves with extra stuff.
But Jones knows these people are unhappy. He's keeping them unhappy on
Got
purpose.
voluntary slaves.
So he also had this rule, right, where his voice is played over the PA system 24/7, and no one's allowed to talk while they work.
That's a fucking slave master right there.
They stopped people from plotting and planning, and they also had like people going down the aisles being like, it was encouraged to be a snitch.
Oh, and they have overseers too.
They're like, give us a reason to
I'm gonna
shoot.
start calling
Keep going.
It is no longer a compound; it's
They-
a plantation.
They on the plantation. Well, it can't be a plantation. It's not agriculture. I mean, it's, you know.
So basically, Congressman Leo
Okay.
Ryan had heard back from some family members of people that were there, and they were like, "Hey, I haven't heard from so and so in like 3 months.
This
Can you go?"
vacation blows, dude.
Can you fucking come take a sun, man? This fucking vacation sucks, dude. He got me fucking... Dude, they got me in the fucking streets.
Oh my
like,
God,
okay, so
dude.
begging for
Why
Why
money.
the fuck do you suggest
You guys-
Guyana, dude?
I don't even like rice.
Man.
You guys know that?
No.
You guys know those twin brothers that were in 22 Jump Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lucas brothers. They have a stand-up special, and I think one of the funniest jokes in there, they talk about like people using like comparisons to people back in time, and they're like, "You think the Jewish slaves are ever being like, man, they got us out here working like everybody, like us, like everybody."
Like, yeah.
Actually, that whole special
We're
died
doing
because they told it was a comedy special with both of them on stage. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, with both of them on stage at the
Oh
same
my
time, and they
God.
split. They're like answering each other.
Great.
I was like, "You want to
And
move on to the next joke?"
Fuck,
Yeah, let's move on to the next joke. And it was like, "Nah, that joke. Let's try it again."
No, say, go back.
Nah,
So-
the drinking club was really good.
Yeah, it was the key. All right, so
And it worked the second time too.
the library cars joke. All right. So sadness, Jonestown Massacre. All right.
Yeah.
So basically, Congressman Leo Ryan says, "Now let's go down there and check it out." So he reaches with Jim Jones, and now Jim
Sick
Jones.
party down the jungle.
So now Jim Jones has his people rehearsing for this trip. So he says that people are rehearsing at times on what to say to Ryan, and he would have his inner circle lieutenants go around and rehearse people like, "What did you eat in Jonestown?" And they're supposed to answer, "Well, we eat lamb and steak and chicken." which was a lie.
Well, yeah, because ain't nothing grow there, so ain't no animals there.
Ain't no cat, ain't no livestock, bitch.
It's not shit. You
Lamb
don't get there
and
like,
steak
oh, you
and
eat
chicken?
steak, lamb, and chicken.
Where's the cows?
I didn't even see.
I didn't even see one cow.
Where?
I see one
One
pig.
chicken.
Where do you
No
keep your
pigs.
chickens?
Yeah, right.
So Ryan gets
You
there.
got some sheep too, you lion.
Ryan gets there, and he's fooled by this.
Gets debated.
You
Yep.
white.
Everything
100%.
everything
What
goes
is
to
this,
plan.
interview?
You white.
Yeah. He was like, this is great.
He probably talked to
Hey,
the,
look!
he probably
the
talked to the
grocery
older
store.
white dude who was like,
Look at that fat kid. He definitely eating. All right, we're good, guys. Let's go. Pack it up. So as Ryan's leaving, someone slips Ryan a note, right? And all hell breaks loose. No one's supposed to really have contact with Ryan unless it's like approved. So now they have to leave.
Did he leave?
So
Did Ryan
he's
leave?
about to leave, and now they're like, get out.
Oh,
So they leave and they go to the.
Nah,
Closing
fam,
down with the
nah,
small world.
don't leave yet,
He
nah.
didn't want to be there, so Leo
Yeah, of course not.
he leaves, but he takes 14 defectors with him
Yes.
because they won't leave.
Yeah, of course.
And Jim's like, if they can leave, they can leave. He let them leave. So they get to the airport and they're waiting for the plane. And plane's not there. Plane rolls up because it was late or fueling or some shit. And when the plane rolls up, this little cargo truck goes down the runway and just starts blasting on the plane. Just blast on the plane and everyone near the plane.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they killed one of the defectors, 3 media people, and Leo Ryan.
He killed Ryan.
Yeah. So everybody just went back.
I guess they couldn't save Private Ryan this
Jesus Christ.
I'm going home. Okay.
Alright,
I'm
so
sorry.
then they go back to Jonestown and everyone's told the incident. They go back to Jonestown and Jim Jones is like, it's over. Alright, they're coming for us. This is it. It's time to transition to the other side.
What, nigga?
That's not what he said.
So
It's me, God. Now.
He said, yo, we got one last party. I'm busting out the jungle juice. Who's got the Kool-Aid? Except
it was not Kool-Aid.
it was Kool-Aid.
It was Kool-Aid. But so
But
basically
It wasn't no grain.
Before
It
we
wasn't
get
no
into
grain alcohol.
what happened this night, people were like, did someone try to escape? People tried to escape, right? The jungles, like I said, were just so thick, and at night it just got so dark you couldn't see within like a foot in front of you. So where the fuck are you gonna go when you have to do
Snakes.
this?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of animals. And shit
Animals are gonna get eaten when you out there.
around.
And Jim Jones told the people that the jungles were for mercenaries that wanted to kill them, and it was full of tigers and snakes,
Go
and
to a nearby town.
and basically he would say that if you went out there, you'd be turned into a zombie. So I don't think these people were the brightest anyway.
I mean, I'm sorry, they already followed this nigga to South
Yeah.
America. Talk about we're gonna go and meet God. Yeah,
Me too.
It's 70 years.
totally, fam, totally.
So basically there's no way out of what happened this night when they went to go transition. So there was a actual survivor from this where he basically he hid underneath some dead bodies, underneath some shit while everyone else died. He listened to his sister and mom die. His name was Shreers, and he said that there's just no way out. He said that people think that they willingly died, that they drank the Kool-Aid, but Jones gave them no choice. They were surrounded by guards with crossbows, and behind them were guards with guns. Which why these niggas got crossbows if you got guns?
Hold on.
How come you just run out of
Drink
guns?
this
Time
juice,
out.
bitch.
Is that where "Don't Drink the Kool-Aid" comes from?
This
Yes.
is yes.
Oh,
This is
shit.
where "Don't Drink the Kool-Aid" comes
Wow.
from. Yeah.
Gears turning.
There we go.
Drink this.
So what happened that night was that Jim Jones had targeted children and rehearsers for this. Because they had practice this night before, there just was never any cyanide in the Kool-Aid. So the people he brought up on stage to do it to first were those people that had already rehearsed it and children.
They were like, we'll make them think we're gonna kill him the first time, and then the second time,
That's-
like,
that's
there's
it.
nothing in this
No, we're
Kool-Aid.
actually gonna kill him.
Exactly.
Fine.
And then the
Take a
kids are
sip.
just kids, and the mothers are like listening to Jim Jones until they see their kids die, and then they're like, "Oh shit, the child just died in front of me." And then when kids start dying, other kids are like, "Nigga, what the fuck just happened?"
No, nigga,
So
I'm
they
not
start
going up
crying,
there. Yeah, of course.
and it's just chaos. And it says that
They're
they
like,
started out
"I'm
with the
so
babies.
sad, I'm thirsty. Give me that Kool-Aid, motherfucker.
Jesus, they said babies were screaming, children were screaming, mass confusion started, and the whole drinking the Kool-Aid saying is so completely wrong, Sheer says, but for our use, Sheer, I'm glad you survived, but I'm going to keep using it. Because I guess they drank the Kool-Aid. Don't drink the Kool-Aid means don't drink the Kool-Aid, but it also it means you have an option, which these people didn't, so I get it.
So that's better.
I'm gonna say this: have y'all taken communion at a church before?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's kill that
yeah,
That's easy,
yeah.
damn.
nobody even think twice. They like, let me eat something from like a place that I
That
don't know.
wafer be fire.
Pour me a shot.
That wafer be fire.
Nigga,
And when you were a kid, they hit you with the grape juice.
Get the fuck
That's what I'm saying. Have you had like
Not
the wine
even
or
a
the grape
crack.
juice?
You put some salt on it or
With the
something.
Welchers.
It's like a
Yep.
stale
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah, yo.
It's not even a
No, I'll give you that because you be eating it, be like, this shit edible, nigga? Is this styrofoam?
What the fuck did you just give me, man?
I swear, I just made a
Fuck,
thin
you
piece of
just poked this out
styrofoam.
of the side of a cup or some shit.
They got an
Nigga,
Amazon
ew.
package that week. They're like, we need some fucking.
Just the shears and shit. Shh.
This will
So,
never go bad.
Like, is this that Amazon logo?
Jesus
Sir, we
said,
found styrofoam
one day shipping.
in your stool.
so yeah, he doesn't like the drinking the Kool-Aid because what really happened was you can hear him instructing parents, don't tell your children they're dying. It's scaring them.
You can see it.
You can on the tape, you can hear Jim Jones talk. People start to scream and cry, and he pauses the tape, and then he replays it when everything's controlled again, and it's just eerie. And ultimately he was trying to control people's bodies, but when he couldn't control people leaving his church, his facade being broken, he said, "Fuck it." So he made everyone drink the Kool-Aid, and they're eventually like he was like people were either drinking it voluntarily, because you're probably at this point broken down. You're like, I just saw so many people die, I might as well just die too. Or you don't want to take it, and he says, take that drink or you're going to take this bullet.
Well, then what's the point of the drink?
Bleeding out slowly from a bullet wound probably sounds worse. Because, like, here's the thing, too, is you assume that they said, take this bullet. They probably said a whole lot of worse stuff, but we can't think of it because we normal human beings.
And then Jim Jones
He was
killed
probably like, I'm going to
himself.
chop off your big toe and I'm going to put it in your butthole. Like,
Hey.
but no, I'll drink the fucking Kool-Aid. I'm sorry,
man.
bro.
Bro, like, is it? You said it's strawberry, right?
Is this fruit
punch or tropical
punch?
punch? I can't have pineapple. Kill you.
Alright, well, if it's blueberry, you might as well just shoot me.
Take a sip. Damn,
This
this
better
shit
be natural
nasty. Yeah, you
sugar.
need some more sugar in this.
No, imagine the exact opposite. Imagine you take a sip and you're like, oh, this shit claps. Yep. And you like take the whole picture. And you're just like, I'm sorry, guys. None for y'all.
Yo,
Wait, I need this.
that would be the ultimate
That-
hero
he would've
mode.
been the
You
G.
just walk up, be like, "It's for me." What are
Not
you gonna
even
do?
that.
Shoot me?
Like, You're not even that. Just be the G who walked up there and was like, I'll pour it myself. I love Kool-Aid. And then just fucking dump it all out on accident. Be like, oh, I'm sorry. At least I got my glass. And then just be like, I'm sorry, guys. Because they're going to shoot you if you fucking that shit up. And you don't take a glass. you got to at least kill yourself.
I feel like you gotta wait though until like some people die, because if no one dies and you spill the Kool-Aid, everyone's like, "This fucking nigga just spilled the Kool-Aid." So if somebody dies, you need to be a hero of something. You can't
That's
be a
what I'm
hero
saying.
of
After you
Kool-Aid.
realize what's happening and you're like, fuck, I got to do something. Like,
All right, I'm next, nigga.
You've broken the bowl of
No more
Kool-Aid.
people going to
You're
die.
just gonna start shooting everybody, and it's gonna be a bloodbath.
Either yes, I figure there's no
whoa,
easy way out.
Is it just him though?
what?
Is it just him with the gun or like?
No,
does
nigga,
he
it's
have,
the
like,
guards with the guns.
Alright, so he's got guards.
What did you not hear? Did you not the guards in front of them with crossbows and the guards behind them with guns? Which my question was, did they run out of guns?
no. The guards with the guns are the only people who survived. They're instructed to kill the guards with the crossbows as soon as everybody else was dead.
Why the fuck did the guards with the guns get to survive?
Because those were the ones who were supposed to protect Jim Jones.
Jim Jones shot himself.
Yeah, Jim Jones shot himself because the plan didn't fucking go through.
So wait, they gave the people with guns. They gave them guns because they ran out of crossbows. That's what it seems.
They ran out of
That's what I'm
crossbows.
They ran out of crossbows.
They're like,
Bullets are
I guess
expensive. We can whittle these.
Look,
out.
nigga.
you see how many trees we got out there? There is zero fucking gunpowder and brass
The
on
whole
this island.
forest around us, okay?
But look, we can make crossbows fucking all day.
Got spears.
But yes,
Got stones.
to answer your question, this is where drinking the Kool-Aid comes from.
Yeah, no, I got that now. I got it.
So yeah, that was the Jonestown Massacre, guys. Did you
Hey.
guys want to go join a commune or compound or some shit like that?
I still 100% will. Not a religious based one.
If I
though.
see some Kool-Aid though, I'm like, guys, I can't be that
So
guy.
Like, do you remember Jim Jones?
Let me be like Jim Jones.
Because I see like a bunch of like dope ass communes on YouTube and stuff where it's just like a bunch
But that's a
of hippies
normal
living
people
together.
commune. That's not
That's
like
what
a
I said, as
cult
long as
leader.
it's not a religious fucking cult thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, how many people do you see who are in cults like JWs and Scientology and they don't even fucking know it? They just-
Scientology is a cult though, and
So is Jehovah's Witness.
Okay, Jehovah's Witnesses are Jehovah's Witnesses are like cult adjacent.
A little bit.
All right, I'm not ready to call them full cult, but they have cult characteristics.
Nigga, Mormons.
They have
Mormons are also cult adjacent too.
it.
But I feel like I don't know enough about Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons to be like one is above the other. I just feel like they're both near the line.
I just
But
think it's weird that
Scientologists are 100%
it's
a cult. When these niggas raided the FBI, this doesn't even need. I can keep the beat going. When they raided the FBI and they were like, "We got dirt on y'all niggas. Don't IRS don't tax us." And the government was like, "Yeah, you know, that's just how they be." What? That's how who be?
But then again,
Who does that and get away with it?
yo,
Who about the government does that?
These niggas.
you need to look up the Tom Cruise Scientology video because I don't know how easy it is to find it, but there was a whole giant thing where fucking whatchamacallit, Anonymous started like protesting and doing like DDoSing of Scientology because this really weird video of like Tom Cruise talking about Scientology came out and they were trying to like get it removed from.
Tom Cruise was on like some talk show talking about like how drugs aren't real and like because he was like asked about how his one coworker was dealing with like postpartum depression and shit like that, and he was like, she shouldn't be using drugs because drugs aren't right. And then I think it was like Matt something, one of the newscasters that actually accused of sexual harassment. That's why I can't think of his name, but that's the key word that pops in my head. But he was on there and he was like, "But what?"
No, go ahead.
But yeah, no, that's his.
I got it.
Matt Lauer.
I don't think Matt Lauer has been accused of sexual assault, but that's a famous news reporter. His name is Matt.
Yeah, either way though, but yeah, so he was on it. And he was just like, "But what about like the research and the science behind it?" And Tom Cruise was like, "No, like I've done the research. I know what I'm talking." And it was like, Tom,
you know who else has probably done the research, Tom?
The researchers,
fucking scientists, not somebody who's
just famous.
A Scientologist.
Mm-hmm. You think it's science adjacent, but it's not.
Because here's the thing too: is
no,
they are like that's the thing about Scientology is they don't believe in medicine. They don't believe in a bunch of stuff. The woman from King of the Hill, she's an ex-Scientologist. Her mom brought her into it, and she's spoken out a couple of times about like inner workings of it. So anything that I reference or like think I know are definitely from like videos that I've watched about her.
Also, before we end on Scientology, you know on Reddit there's a person that actually checks Reddit for the keyword Scientology. Their job is to go on Reddit and look for Scientology and see what we're talking about.
I don't know how much job it is.
It's more or less like
you just be searching like, all right.
There's a Scientologist whose responsibility is that. Because here's the thing: is it's like a whole. See, it's more than just a cult. It's also a pyramid scheme.
Oh yeah,
because like
that's how they make money.
The reason that they make money is not by willing donations, but by saying,
sign
it's
up
like
for our shit. Yeah, and you can sign other people up, and then
it's like you have to like pay money to get past certain levels in the church, and like you have to do certain things.
Mormons do that too, though.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm saying is that's not like that's not a JW thing.
True. All right. Well, the last thing I want to say about Scientology: Will Smith is a Scientologist. That's kind of what turned me on Will Smith. I was shitting on Will Smith a while back when, not Mulan, when Aladdin came out, but Will Smith is a Scientologist, and I've always been like, about that nigga since I found that out. Because the movie After Earth is what's it called? An allegory for Scientology.
Yeah. So he was probably
on top of being a trash movie.
Yeah.
Is that the one with his son?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I said. They like they go to like a new planet or whatever.
Yeah, and then like the animals like feed off your fear or some shit like that, and to be invisible you have to be fearless.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
How are they gonna restart human life on a new planet? With two dudes.
They had other people. That wasn't the whole movie.
They were just scouting.
They went to a new planet to scout. Yeah. All right. Anything you guys want to say before we hang up? Let's not shit on Apple.
That's what I said. We gotta keep like trying to find this movie here.
We should invest in cryptocurrencies.
I'm worth that.
Buy Bitcoin.
I'm with that too.
Literally.
Anything you want to say? All right, guys. Also,
tip your Postmates.
Tip your Postmates.
Tip your Grubhub too.
Tip all the Johns they work for. Also, I want to say, guys, this the beer coming in.
Tip your
so I'm not shaving it. I want y'all to see this on camera. Where did John at? I ain't got the brush on me. I do have the brush on me.
Tip your barbers.
Don't tip them niggas. If they not doing work for you, don't tip them
niggas. Your heels servers.
Tip those niggas. We take tips if we shuck some shit for you, tip us. All right, guys. My name's Cliff. This has been the niggas.
Tip your
sandwich marker.
Your sandwich marker. Sandwich maker.
Tip your deli slicer, guys.
tip people, all right? Niggas need money these
And not
days.
tip drilling either. All right, my name's Cliff. This is
I'm
the niggas.
Oh.
I was gonna sign
I'm
off for
Brian.
y'all. They signed off.
Margaritas.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. My name's Cliff, and this has been Higher Education's podcast. So I was eating the booty hole at
Let's go get
groceries,
some
right?
chicken.
And
You go get some chicken?
these niggas said, "Fuck you,
I
joke."
got